Hi, YouTubers. Something important, something kind of damn important. So I'm in the garage again at my parents' house. I'm smoking a nice big ass cigar, as in the big ass cigar for life. Oh yeah, baby, look at that big ass cigar is the big ass cigar for life. Hell yeah, hell to the yeah. So anyway, so I have my nice big ass cigar right now. Oh, the house of keeping. Smoking this Padron cigar, a nice big ass cigar, is the big ass cigar for life. And it's a Damaso. I believe it's the Robusto size. And I am drinking some seltzer water. So this is some guilt-free sparkling water. So obviously not alcohol because right now I'm not drinking alcohol. So I want to give you like guys a little bit of update about that crap. So anyway, very sunny day up here in Massachusetts. We say Massachusetts, be so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn. Anyway, so I just have a sip of my seltzer because it's very parched. Even though the seltzer isn't cold, it's still a nice it really helps wet my mouth because I haven't had something to drink for a while. So obviously non-alcoholic. So when I say something to drink, I mean like I haven't had a glass of water for a while. So that's why. And obviously on a hot day when you're sweating your brains out, obviously you want to stay hydrated. So anyway, enough of that crap. So anyway, yeah, let's do a recap of my week. One sec, car going by. So, recap of my week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I worked doing the carts, nice big ass carts like a big ass cigar, not big ass farts. Obviously the carts at Roche Brothers, doing the carts. And yeah, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I worked. And then after doing that, Thursday, I had the day off, obviously, because for my new subscribers, FYI, for my new subscribers, I never work Thursday, I never work Friday, and I never work Saturday. So I'm a part-time employee. So Thursday, I had the day off to myself, and Thursday I saw my therapist. And just because I see a therapist, I'm not required to see a therapist by any means. And doesn't mean I'm crazy, crazy ass like a big ass cigar. Not everybody who sees a therapist or a psychologist is automatically, cuckoo. So that's just a dumb stereotype, dumb fucking stereotype. So anyway, so yeah, I saw my therapist on Thursday. That was fun. And then Friday, which is today is Friday. I saw my counselor, nice big ass counselor like the big ass cigar. So I saw my counselor, and obviously, like I said before, I'm not required to see a counselor. Nobody's making me see a counselor. I'm choosing in my own accord to see a counselor. Not everybody who sees a counselor or a therapist or a psychologist or psychiatrist is automatically, cuckoo or insane or dangerous. That's just a dumb stereotype. So enough of that crap, that shit. So anyway, so yeah, I saw my counselor, and we went to a new restaurant that just opened in my town. So a new restaurant that opened where I live, and the restaurant's called Jersey Mike's, which is a sandwich shop, and they actually do have gluten-sensitive bread, and I was actually very pleased by that because we had gone to another one kind of a little bit of ways from where I live and in another town. Not to say where I live, obviously, that's my my privacy and my fucking privacy. It's like, but we had gone to another Jersey Mike's, and I'm sure other states have Jersey Mike's. I'm sure it's a fairly big company, like Jimmy John's or like Subway, or like D'Angelo's, or Quiznos, or it's a sandwich shop, so a sub shop. Everyone knows what a sub is. Not sub as in subscriber, but sub as in like a sandwich. So nice big ass sandwich like the big ass cigar. So yeah, so I went to yeah, in my town, there was a brand new, it literally just opened like very recently, and it was a brand new shop, I had never been in there before. And yeah, so, went into the shop, and it was very, very fancy, very, very fancy, very fancy shop. And yeah, so, and I walked up to the counter, and it was really packed in there. Like, they were really doing a good business, which is a really good thing for a new business. It's a sign that's a good thing. So, I go up to the counter and I say, "Yeah, can I have on a gluten-free, sub roll, and can I have, I think they call it ham and provolone cheese, nice big ass cheese like the big ass cigar." And she says, "Is that a preference or an allergy?" I said, "It's an allergy, but it's nothing like you don't have to be like meticulous about it." And she's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" I said, yeah, it's like, it's an allergy, but you don't have to be like, you don't have to like worry yourself, like whatever. So, and obviously didn't get like a big debate about it with her, I just kept it simple by saying it's an allergy, it's not a preference, but you don't have to be like meticulous. It's like, don't worry if there's a crumb here or a crumb there. It's like, So she said, okay, change your gloves, put a mat down, wipe off the cutter thing, the slicer thing, and obviously change your gloves. And I just kind of kept it simple with her, and just I didn't even mention the celiac. The having celiac. I refer to it as an allergy. I basically just said to her, it's an allergy, but do not worry yourself. And she's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Which is good. I mean, that shows they're being serious, so they're taking it seriously. I mean, that shows that they're taking it seriously because obviously, they're taking allergies very seriously. But I didn't want the girl to worry, or not. Well, when I say a girl, I mean a young woman. So when I say a girl, I don't mean a 10-year-old girl. I mean a young woman. I didn't want the young woman to worry that, oh my God, like if there's a crumb here or a crumb there, I'm gonna like die. It's like or like have to be they have to like call the fire department. It's like so yeah, plain and simple. She made my sandwich, and they have two sizes. One is a small, and one's an extra large. So I got the extra large gluten-free sub. And what else? I got ham, provolone cheese. I got lettuce, tomato, onions. Yes, that's the everything. Onions. I also got jalapeno peppers, not peckers, and I also got banana peppers, not peckers, obviously. So anyway, and yeah, it also got mayo on it. So nice big ass mayo, like the big ass cigar. So, and then she cut this up for me. And I made it a meal. Had a bag of chips, and the chips are obviously gluten free. And I had a drink, so I had Diet Pepsi. I hardly ever drink soda anymore, but one or two sodas a month is not going to kill me. So anyway, and then after eating at Jersey Mike's, which I thought was a very good food. I was actually very impressed by how good the food was. It's only the second time in my life I've had Jersey Mike's. I know they're based in a couple states, in the Northeast. At least in the Northeast, they're based in a couple states, including Massachusetts or Massachusetts. So anyway, so yeah, Jersey Mike's is a good sub place, and yeah, so we ate there. And then we went to another store, and then we went to another store, and I got a lottery ticket, and the guy didn't card me, which doesn't surprise me. Obviously, it doesn't surprise me that I didn't get carded for a scratch off ticket, or a lottery ticket. And I have to remember to pay back my counselor. I owe him $2 now, so I owe him $2. So I have to remember to pay him back the money. So, and yeah, and then it started to rain really hard. We got some serious rain a couple hours ago. We got some really heavy rain, and my counselor took me back to my apartment in Massachusetts, and then my parents came. It was both my mother and my father. and we drove to the typical ass liquor store in town, and I know what you're thinking. Smoking Essie, you're not drinking alcohol currently. Why the hell do you, why the fuck do you go to the liquor store? It's like, well, the thing is, the liquor store sells cigars. They sell cigars. That's probably the best place where I live to get cigars, is that typical ass liquor store. There's a couple places in town that sell premium cigars. Obviously, when I say cigars, I'm talking about premium hand-rolled cigars. And don't be a smart ass. It doesn't actually mean I actually make my own cigars, or you make your own cigars there. What it means is it's a hand-rolled cigar. This is a premium hand-rolled traditional cigar, not like a cigarello, like a Swisher Sweets, or a Black and Mild, or like a Garcivet Game, or a Phillies Blunt, or like a White Owl. So, traditional handmade cigars are whole leaf tobacco, whole leaf aged tobacco. So we went to the typical ass liquor store in town, and I got two of these Padrones cigars, and nice big ass cigars, and they were also doing tasting there. And I know what you're thinking, Smoking Essie, did you break your promise? Well, yes and no. When I said that I have to work on minimal alcohol intake. So yes, I actually did have a small quantity of alcohol. Now, did I have a full glass of alcohol? Of course not. I'm not planning on having any more alcohol today. So I know you're thinking, Smoking Essie, you're a goddamn liar. You're a lying sack of crap, you lie like a big fat whatever, No, it's like, I even made a point of saying in my videos that right now I have to, because of my fatty liver, work on minimal alcohol. That does not mean zero alcohol. Like when I go out to dinner in a couple weeks, I'm fully planning on having a drink. It's like, I'm fully planning on having a margarita. It's like, just because I have to work on minimal alcohol does not mean I have to work on zero alcohol. Because again, my fatty liver is not alcohol related. It's related to my weight. So even my doctor, nice big ass doctor, like the big ass cigar, even he says you can still have minimal alcohol. Even he says in his official report, I'm not going to show the report on camera because that's obviously my privacy, that has like my date of birth and all that crap, but it's like, yeah, even he says you can have minimal alcohol. So it's like, so you might say, oh, you probably got drunk, you probably got all wasted, you're probably alcoholic, No, it's like, hell no. It's like, hell to the no. It's like, no, it's like, they were doing tasting, and, they had some flavored rum, nice big-ass rum, like the big-ass cigar, and they also had some flavored coffee liqueur and also some wine. And you're like, oh, you probably got drunk, you probably got wasted, you probably got all buzzed. No, it's like, no way. It's like, what I did was have about this much, literally that much. Like if you combine the three little tastes that I have, it wouldn't even fill up a shot glass. Like I probably had, I don't know, maybe a half an ounce of liquor. It's like, that's not that much. And even my doctor, like I said, has said minimal alcohol is perfectly fine for you. Minimal alcohol. It depends on the doctor. Some doctors will say with fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, some doctors will say no alcohol whatsoever. Some doctors will say it depends. Some doctors will say minimal alcohol. It really depends. And obviously I'm not a fucking doctor myself. So yeah, it's like, I had basically the equivalent of a sip of rum, and a sip of wine, and a sip of, coffee flavored liqueur. So, like, that's really not that much alcohol. It's like, and for all the people who say, you broke your promise, you're a goddamn liar, you're probably addicted, it's like, no. It's like, because that's all the alcohol I'm going to have until next Friday when I go there again. It's like, that's all the alcohol I'm going to have. Because, I mean, honestly, cutting back, sorry to crack my knuckles, cutting back from, one alcoholic drink. When you think about it, one alcoholic drink a day, that equates to at least 28 alcoholic drinks a month. 28. And sometimes 31 drinks a month. At least 31 drinks a month. Even cutting back to once a week, one beer a week, it's like, that's only 4 beers a month. It's like, and it's like, honestly, even that would probably be fine, 4 drinks a month. And I didn't even have a full drink. It's like, a full drink of rum is like the size of this. Like, that's a drink. Like this, like if this was a can of beer, hypothetically, like if this was a can of beer, this would be considered, this is a 12-ounce can, that would be considered 1 serving of beer. I I would say, if I had to guess how much alcohol I had today, probably an ounce. Probably I had about an ounce or an ounce and a half of, liquor. It's like, and honestly, and obviously the last damn time I'm 21, over 21 years old. I'm over 21 years old. I've been 21 years old now for over 10 years. It's like, I'm a grown-ass man like the big ass cigar. So obviously what I do is perfectly legal. And the guy carded me. The guy at the liquor store, he carded me. He asked for my ID. I handed him my ID. I told him my date of birth. He's like, oh yeah, you're fine. That's valid. You're old enough, So obviously what I did was perfectly fine. It's like, there's nothing wrong with once a week having a sip or two. It's like, like I said, even my doctor, nice big ass doctor, like the big ass cigar, like even he said, like, minimal alcohol is perfectly fine for you. It's perfectly fine for you. One sec, YouTubers. One sec. Yeah, what you want to be avoiding right now until you're cleared of the fatty liver is essentially excess alcohol. So, yeah, once a day is probably way too much. Like I said, last Saturday, once a day, 1 drink a day is probably way too much. In my current condition, when I'm cleared of the fatty liver, 1 drink a day is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with 1 drink a day. Because that's perfectly fine. Even technically 2 drinks a day. Probably not that, but you get the fucking point. So it's like, yeah. So the whole point is having an ounce of alcohol is not going to do my body much damage. It's like, because keep in mind, even though that I have a little bit of damage in my liver from being overweight, your liver can still manage. It's like, your liver can still naturally, it's when you start doing it, obviously on a regular basis, that's where it's like, yeah, if you were having like a drink every single day, I'm not glorifying you to do this by any means. Obviously, you listen to your own fucking doctor. It's like, it's like, obviously, yeah, it's like if you were, having a drink every single day with, a severe fibrotic, liver, yeah, that's probably a pretty bad idea. It's a pretty crappy idea. It's like, so, but, having a sip or two, once a week, yeah, I think at a certain point you have to pick your poison. It's like, pick your poison. It's like, you probably, I mean, probably honestly, to be perfectly frank and honest, oh, crap. The ash fell. Whew. Getting really smoky in here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, to be perfectly frank and honest, in terms of, potential risk of complications, and I'm obviously not a doctor, not a fucking doctor, but, honestly, the sandwich that I had that was so large with a bag of chips and the diet soda probably did would probably do more damage than a sip of alcohol. It's like, now obviously if you have, a more serious problem like cirrhosis, obviously you should stay well clear of it. So the bottom line is a sip of alcohol is not going to hurt me. So, oh, sorry, my phone's just notifying me about something. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. A sip of alcohol a week is not going to do much to you. So, and obviously I'm not a doctor, even though I play one on TV, just being silly ass like the big ass cigar. So, anyway, so yeah, that's what I did, and then we went to the grocery store, Roche Brothers, and did my usual shopping for the week, and then came back to my parents' house, and now I'm at my parents' house until Sunday. Nice big ass Sunday, like the big ass cigar. So yeah, oh sorry, there's just some flies flying around. Just some flies flying around. Anyway, so yeah, so I do want to do a recap of how I feel this first week with, obviously no alcohol in my system, or virtually no alcohol. Obviously I had a sip, but how did I feel that first week with, no, essentially no alcohol. Essentially, I didn't have an actual drink. So, I mean, I had a sip, but I mean, it's a little bit different than an actual drink. I didn't crack open a cold one and, have an actual drink myself. So, how did I feel the first week with no alcohol? No difference. No difference. Honestly, it saves me time in the afternoon when I get home from work. So, because I don't have to worry about, finishing a drink, and worrying about that, because the rule of my apartment is you're not allowed to drink in common areas. You're only allowed to drink in the privacy of your own apartment. Yeah, it's like, honestly, the first 9 days with virtually no alcohol, no difference. I don't have any withdrawals. Even though I had a sip today, it's like, no withdrawals, no shaking, no headaches, no nothing. It's like, I had absolutely no withdrawals whatsoever. I didn't get any kind of withdrawals from not drinking alcohol. So it's probably safe to say that I don't have a chemical addiction. It's like, I don't have a chemical addiction, nor do I have any kind of like cravings. And I talked to my GI doctor, in August. I have an appointment over the phone with him. I'm not going to mention his name, obviously, but that's his confidentiality. But it's like, I'm gonna, I'll run it by him and just say, I'm following your orders, doc. Nice big ass doctor like the big ass cigar. I'm following your orders. I'm losing weight. I've lost weight. I'm eating better. I'm focusing on very minimal alcohol intake. Very minimal alcohol, only once or twice a month at the most. A couple times a month at the most. And I'm sure he's going to say it's fine. I'm sure he's going to say it's very good. I mean, last year when I talked to the doctor, nice big ass doctor like the big ass cigar, he's being silly ass like the big ass cigar. He was very pleased with how I was doing. So, and no one's perfect. It's like, no person is perfect. So anyway. So yeah. Not a whole lot new. Excuse me, I had to burp. Nice big ass pig like a big ass cigar. Yeah, so I'm doing well. Yeah, not a whole lot else new with me. I know I got some new. I only got this week was shopping today. I only got one new thing to review. These cherry peppers, not peckers, obviously, cherry peppers. And they come in a jar and like a brine, and they're basically like, I think they're basically like jalapenos. So I might be reviewing those tonight or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, review those. They're the same brand I reviewed last week. The banana peppers, not peckers, obviously. So being silly ass like a big ass cigar. So, yeah. So, I know I reviewed that hot sauce this week, that ghost pepper, and man, oh man, was that spicy. That was spicy as hell. Yeah, good thing. Yeah, next time, I think going forward, my rule is going to be going forward for hot sauce reviews. I'm not going to, unless it's something like Frank's, for example, like Frank's, the Frank's Red Hot Sauce. like going forward in terms of like the really spicy hot sauces, I think going forward, I'm just gonna like probably like take a tablespoon and put on a tablespoon. Oh, car going by, 1 sec. Yeah, I think going forward, I'm gonna put on like a tablespoon, and that's all I'm gonna have because honestly, I got kind of a stomach ache again. So yeah, probably put on like a tablespoon, and that's how I'm gonna, obviously do that. Or maybe put it on like a cracker, for example. Like maybe I'll take like I have these rice crackers, and I'll put them on. I'll put like a little bit of hot sauce in that rice cracker, or even like a piece of bread with a little bit of hot sauce. Some gluten-free bread with hot sauce. Yeah. I did get kind of a stomach ache again from the hot sauce. Yeah, I think going forward with a really, 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 really spicy hot sauce, I'm just not going to drink it straight because honestly, I don't want to have a stomach ache. I'm not going to die or anything. It's just I don't want to have a stomach ache. So yeah, probably going forward, I'll probably just have like a tablespoon or a teaspoon of hot sauce, and that'll be it probably. And obviously with like Frank's, for example, or like any kind of like traditional, like, like run-of-the-mill generic hot sauce. Like, for example, like you have, there's one hot sauce I really want to review at some point. I forget the name of it. It begins with a C, not C word, obviously, but it begins with a C. It's, I forget the name of it, like Chola, maybe Chola. It's a hot sauce I really want to review. I've had it before a couple times. It's very mildly spicy. Obviously, that I could drink straight because that's not even, that's like, a lot of people call that like pussy hot sauce. It's like, not being rude or anything, like doxing the brand, whatever, but I mean, that's like extremely mild. It's like, but I think for going forward, like the ghost pepper, the Carolina Reaper hot sauce, I think going forward, I'm just gonna have like a tablespoon because even though it's only mildly dangerous, I don't want to have a stomach ache. It's like, it's not worth having a stomach ache. Because honestly, getting a really bad stomach ache, it's really not fun. It's like, even though it only lasts for about an hour, it's really not a fun experience. It makes me feel bloated. It also really gives me acid reflux. Yeah, not really a fun experience. And I think going forward, I doubt there will ever be a 7 habanero video. And I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. There probably will never be a 7 habanero video unless I really, really am in the mood for it because I really don't feel like getting a stomach ache again. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're going to end up in the hospital. It's like BS. It's like, anyway. But, I think going forward, traditional, like, your store-bought hot sauce, like, Chola, I think it's pronounced Chula hot sauce. That hot sauce, I definitely want to review at some point. And obviously that is like, it's even milder than Frank's. It's like, that is totally fine to chug. Or like, not chug, but like have a sip, like a glass. It's like, but anything like the ghost pepper, not pecker, but ghost pepper or Carolina Reaper, like scorpion hot sauce, like that going forward, I'm just gonna have like a tablespoon, like put it on a cracker or like a piece of like bread, and like just have it like that. Because honestly, it's not worth getting a stomach ache. Yeah, so that's my plans for the future hot sauce reviews. Obviously, these peppers, not peckers, but these hot peppers I got today in this jar. These are just like jalapenos. So I mean, I could easily have like a quarter of a jar in a bowl. These are just mild peppers, like anything like you find like in a deli. Yeah, obviously, like anything like that is fine. Like those are like probably Scoville unit, like I don't know, like 700, which is next to nothing. I mean. The whole point is, the really hot stuff I'm going to limit, because obviously I don't want to get a stomach ache. I don't want to get a stomach ache from it. Anyway, so that's my plan regarding the new hot sauce. Yeah. Oh, crap. Cigar just fell on the fucking ground. Damn it. Can't believe I did that. Just dropped my cigar on the ground. Let's see if it cracked. Didn't crack. Oh, that was lucky. I dropped the cigar on the freaking ground. Sorry I used the F word. I dropped the F-bomb. So, wow, can't believe I did that. Just fell on the ground. Oh, yeah, it did crack. Yep, see right there? It cracked. So, anyway, I'm almost done with the cigar anyway. Eh. 1 sec. Anyway, have a nice day, YouTubers. Bye.